Welcome back to Grow Joyfully Home and Garden. I get to get outside today. I didn't get outside yesterday because I had a cute grandson's birthday and it was so fun to go over there. It's wonderful having family. That much I do know. But today I feel like Julie Andrews in The Sound of Music, where she twirls about, singing about the sound of music and her love for her mountain. I feel like I could go out there in my garden and twirl about and sing "The Garden is Alive" with the sound of music. But I won't. I'll spare you that. So I'm so excited to get out. We have had rain. It doesn't always happen here this time of the year. Maybe a little bit later. It's like somebody flips a switch and all it does is rain and gets cold. But the temperature is lovely out today. To me, it's lovely. It's in the mid-60s, and I think that's just wonderful. So I'm out here in the pasture garden, feeding the chickens, giving them some scratch. They're so cute and fascinating. I just cleaned all their waters out and filled up their feeders. I filled up their nests with straw. So I'm just out here enjoying them. I've got to go over here on the other side of this greenhouse and get my comfrey cut and put up before the frost comes. So that's what I'm going to do right now, after I enjoy watching these girls for a sec. I've only cut the comfrey twice this year. This will be the second time. And I usually cut it 3 or 4 times, but it's nice and healthy right now. A little bit overgrown. I try to keep it in this section away from the chickens so that they don't eat it. I actually looked it up, and they can have fresh comfrey like this a tiny bit in well-spaced out bunches, but I just don't want to mess with the fact that it could make them sick. So I keep it corralled in this poor little rusting fence. But that will have to do for now. So I'm going to get to it and start harvesting comfrey. Comfrey has many herbal remedies and many uses. I know with comfrey that you don't put it on a deep cut. It has a tendency to heal the top of the skin and not the lower parts, where that could, I think my mom used to call it proud flesh, where it wasn't healing underneath. So it's best to use it for sprains, bruises, and surface abrasions. Like an overgrown tower in a fairy tale, although this is covered with bindweed and it's quite ugly. But just pretend this is covered with very beautiful pink and white and yellow and blue flowers, and that it's lovely. But it's not. Who are we kidding? I just had a thought. There could be any manner of things living in this. But hopefully, because it's fenced, nothing too big or terrifying. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, I know, I agree. I'm trying to chop my way through here to the leaves in the center, because I had cut it off in the center before and they look amazing. So those are big, beautiful leaves that the bugs haven't even gotten to. So I'm going to collect as many as I can. Okay, so I got the comfrey cut and put away in the dryer. I have this kind of mesh, maybe 6 or 7 tier hanging herb dryer, and that's where I put them and get them all dry, and then I can use them, put them away in quart jars or whatever I need to do. And I'm trying to pick more of the onions. As you can see, I need to get them out of the ground and in the small greenhouse and drying. Sorry about the cars going by. And then there's just a bunch of yellow squash and zucchini squash, which is great because I wouldn't mind making a bunch of chocolate zucchini bread and putting it away in the freezer. So that'll be fun. But first I need to go over there and pick cucumbers, because I have neglected that cattle panel full of cucumbers. We get to walk past my beauties. Hello in there. This is a flame orange. That's terracotta grape. I'm getting a whole bunch more. Look at those Dr. Wychees. right there. Okay, time for cucumbers. I've already picked about 6 cucumbers that were really big. Like I said, I neglected these. Here's a watermelon that's barely starting. But look at all these right here. I think I'll go on the other side. Here's one down here. I did not want to do any more pickling, but I don't think I have a choice. They're not selling well at the farm stand, so I've got to find something to do with them. Everywhere I look, there are cucumbers. Believe me, I'm grateful for them. It's just hard sometimes figuring out things to do with them. I keep seeing the weeds and the corn knocked down here. And I'm wondering if some deer are bedding down here at night. That would be weird because they usually don't come up this close. Oh wow, I see some raspberries. It's okay, there's a lot of stuff here to do. It's okay, I can do this. Yep, I've got this. More cucumbers. They're so prickly. Forgot to bring out my garden gloves. They're just all over here. There's another one down there. This abundance is a good problem to have, although I do worry about taking care of it properly and not letting it waste. But I got to remind myself that if we can't sell it at the farm stand or we can't use it in the house, that I can either feed it to the chickens or put it in the compost, which will then be used again on next year's garden. So it's a circle, and it's okay. Do you ever have to do that to yourself? Have a self-talk and just say, everything's going to be fine, you're doing the things right, just keep doing them. I've just called my little grandson out here to see if he wants to come out and pick some raspberries. They are having another harvest. And here he comes. Well, I think I found some cucumbers. There's 2 big ones here. All of these clear down to the bottom of the garden wagon. Those right there in the truck and over there. Yeah. So that was a great harvest. Got a lot of onions here, zucchini, yellow squash, cucumbers. Now it's time to go see my beauties, the tomatoes. But first, this is how many raspberries I picked. And this is very fitting for the season. My daughter-in-law brought it out to me. I thought it was hysterical. I love it. So this is October, so it fits very well. Let's go pick tomatoes. I think this Dr. Wychee's plant wins as the best producer. I don't know, there's been a lot of beautiful ones, but it's still going very strong. And there's an orange jazz down a few rows that's doing really great too. The Amish paste did a wonderful job, and I see a few there. There's one right here. There's one up here. Thank you, Amish paste. Here's a nice Dr. Wychee's. It's got to ripen up more, but I'll just take it inside and let it ripen up on the table. Here's 2 more Dr. Wychee's. Now I'm going to go down this row. I see a Granny Cantrell right there, but I'm going to leave it on longer. And I see some icicles. Some icicle tomatoes that need to be picked. I still have so many beautiful green ones. I haven't made any fried green tomatoes yet this year. It's just not really in my mind and in my rotation because one thing, it's not something that I crave. And another thing, I'm not used to doing that. So, aren't these pretty little tomatoes? All shimmery and metallic-y. This is an icicle tomato. Wow, look at this surprise. It's a mortgage lifter. When they grow properly, they're very beautiful. Look at that. I'm so excited. I got a big mortgage lifter. That's what these up here are going to be. Orange Rossellini. The chickens are squawking. We have another black creme that's trying to ripen up. One up here and here. And another one down here. That is so exciting. Gazante tomatoes. They're stuffers and paste tomatoes. And very prolific, I will have to add. They're kind of odd looking, but amazing in kind of a strange way. Happy Day, the Big Hill Determinate Tomato, is putting on more tomatoes. So cool. Pink Oxheart. You can't go wrong with the pink Oxheart. And a Russian. Holy Myrrh. Even though the plants look dreadful, they're still producing. Now there's an oddity, a fasciated blossom. It's where several different blossoms fuse together. Cat face, they call it too. I'm going to take that in and let it finish ripening on the counter. Orange Jazz. 2 Orange Jazz. Thorburns Terracotta. Pineapple. These are little fellers. That's more the size I usually get. Another pineapple off a different plant. Some more berries, Crazy Cherry, have ripened. Vintage Wine. Sweet 100s. Another Dr. Wyche's plant. It seems like every year one particular tomato variety shines. And this year it's Dr. Wyche's. Paul Robeson. Not as dark as they usually get. Yellow Brandywine. Here's my cute little indigo apple tomatoes. This batch isn't very big, and these aren't quite ripe. This part should be red, but I'm going to take some of these in and put them on the table to ripen. Chocolate sprinkles, but these seem to be so much redder and less dark like the chocolatey color they should be. Oh well. A tomato is a tomato. Flame orange. Terracotta grape. Yellow Oxheart. More Amish paste. San Marzano. Holy Myrrh, but a much smaller plant and much smaller tomatoes. Here's my fascinating kohlrabi. They just produce one kind of head. I don't know what you'd call it. It almost looks like a turnip. But it's a brassica and it's like cabbage. So I'll let that grow a while longer. Lots more zucchini. There's a whole nest of them, but I think I'll let them grow and I'll pick them in a day or two. This is supposed to be a coasterly plant, and it's definitely not. Coasterlies are big and they're red with a tiny hint of orange. I'm not sure what these little cutie pies are, but I think they're adorable and I'm going to bring them in. I found a whole bunch of green zebras that are turning quite yellow. beautiful orange jazz. Lovely, lovely tomato. And there are several more on here. This plant has been wonderful this year. Abe Lincoln. They haven't been very big this year. Usually these are just huge, but this one came out pretty good. Here's an evergreen tomato that's almost turning orange. What a beautiful surprise. Look at these sun gold cherry tomatoes. I have so many of them. They look so delicious. They're at the peak of their flavor. Triple crop. Chocolate cherry tomatoes. Some more green zebras that are turning a beautiful yellow. Well, after I pick some more of these sun gold cherries, I think it's time to go in. There's no more room on this garden wagon, and it's getting really heavy to pull. There are tomatoes, cucumbers, zucchinis, onions. I would have to say that this is a very successful garden outing. I hope you guys are having a great day in your gardens. The weather's turned off nice. It's about 62 degrees and it's very lovely. You guys have a wonderful day and keep working in those gardens. It's definitely worth it, even if we just move it into the greenhouse or a windowsill. Let's keep gardening. It's great for our souls. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you on the next video.